Rain and Jack have been a couple of rabbits since they made it official. Rain, however, got a pregnancy scare and decided that it was best for her and Jack to have a little talk before he stayed the night that night. Rain goes down to Jack's apartment and they begin to have a discussion. Karen, still hurt from Jack's rejection, overhears the two talking in the hallway and starts to devise a plan. Rain tells Jack that she has had to take a plan B because of the heat that happened in the hot tub. Jack assures her that no matter what, he will love her, and if it happens, then they will be a family for life. Rain is flattered but tells Jack her culinary career is really important to her, and she's not ready to be a mother. She went to her doctor and got birth control, but it'll take some time, and she's relying on Jack to continue to wear protection as well. Jack agrees as he has his own careers to think about. He also jokingly tells her about the new box of Ultras he's dying to try out. Rain couldn't resist, and the two head upstairs. Meanwhile, Karen waits until they're completely gone, goes off to her room to start getting her plan underway. Remember when I told you Jack liked cake? Well, Rain in the kitchen with two of Jack's favorite cakes. The one she gave him last night, honey, and the one she's serving him this morning. Jack loves pancakes, and after last night, Rain thought that Jack deserved him some fluffy pancakes. She decided she was going to go ahead and eat, but as she sat at the table, she thought about Jack and how awesome he was and how awesome the two of them were together. She feels lucky to have a man in her life who is both her lover and her friend, and she's particularly grateful that he listened to her concerns last night without any judgment. As a matter of fact, she was so grateful she had an idea that she was going to go ahead and make him some lunch. That way he had something to eat while she was out greeting the neighbors across the street. Meanwhile, Karen's plan is starting, but not without setbacks. Karen broke her toilet on purpose so she'd have an excuse to go up into Rain's apartment to break their toilet as well. She's hoping with both toilets broken, Jack will give her access into his room. Deception ain't easy, Karen. I thought you knew. Well, she pulls herself together and grabs a plate of those delicious pancakes. She thought this would be a perfect opportunity for her to butter up to Rain to get some information that she needs so she can continue with her plan. She starts off by complimenting those delicious pancakes that Rain made, not for her, but for Jack. Then she goes on to ask about the food that she just finished preparing, which Rain kindly says, I just made some lunch for Jack because I'm not going to be here for a little bit and I wanted him to have a nice meal. So Rain takes the food and she decides to put it in the refrigerator. That's when Karen said, "Oh, so did Jack stay the night last night?" Rain said, you can finish those pancakes and you can kindly leave. Rue wakes up to the smell of sweet flapjacks and she thinks to herself she must be dreaming because ain't no way Rain made flapjacks. But to her surprise, there they are. She grabs a plate and she goes into the living room where she sees Rain watching one of her favorite television shows. And she takes her first bite and she realizes, wait a minute, did Jack stay the night last night? Is that why you made pancakes? And Rain like, yeah. And she's like, well, I thought you were going to tell me the next time Jack stayed the night. I thought we talked about this. And Rain's like, yo, what you tripping for? She was like, because, look what I got on. Look what I got on. There he is right there. That's Jack right there. And look what I have on. Do you see what I'm wearing? I can't be wearing this when we got company in the house. And Jack laughing. He like, yo, chill. You like a sister to me. And Rain's like, yeah, I kind of figured, And she was like, even if he was my brother, I don't want to be walking around with you see what I got on? And Rain's like, yo, you tripping. What you tripping for? She's like, because you didn't tell me. We're roommates. Rain was like, I'm out of here. The welcome wagon has been assembled. Bob even made his famous fruitcake. Everyone was standing on the front porch trying to figure out who the new neighbors were and why no one saw them moving into the house. Eliza suggested that they were a part of a witness protection program. Rain cut her short and told her, honey, that's how rumors start. Meet Cole Reynolds. Cole is a young adult male, single. He's a tech guru at Mega Chip Incorporated. Cole likes sushi, a good book, and live music. Cole was actually happy to see his neighbors come through, even though the welcome wagon was a bit late. Or maybe we should say he should have led the welcome wagon. You see, Cole has been living in Willow Creek for some time. He even knew Jack's grandmother Elaine before she passed away. He saw Bob and Eliza move into the house next door. He even saw Jack move into the McTavish house after Elaine passed, followed by Karen, Rue, and then Rain. So what made Cole come out? To meet everybody, to be seen by his neighbors. It was Rue. Rue drew him out with her beauty and her music as she would play outside. Cole would sit on his front porch, listen to her sweet melodies, and imagine that she would serenade him with her guitar. Cole was hoping to get to know Rue more than anybody else in the neighborhood. Now, the meet and greet seemed to be going well enough, but no one was all that curious about Cole as they were preoccupied with their own conversations. Eliza was asking Bob when they were planning on leaving. Rain was apologizing to Rue about Jack staying the night and seeing Rue in her underwear the next day. So everyone's doing their own thing, and Cole's trying to incorporate himself in the conversation. Let's listen.
Zagu Twe ya Borba.
Oh, Zagu Warba.
Sigluna Biro. Bema. Supane. Jiffa.
Sombra, Bunkaru, Kanoi mi Senefesh.
Oh,
Fest, Bishi, Fizi Yamasprada. Sombra, Bunkaru, Kanoi mi Senefesh.
Duke done a changle. Boona, 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 boona.
Oh.
You dump Schwabe?
Niborf, could you? Farbs.
Jassa.
Jero Umfra?
Pongi,
Bombzoid Dimpish.
Chicks Rembloff. Shala yo. Sibafa. Karenza. Ma. Biamba. Lova Hard Grip. Gurgadon. You dumps, Legenzo. Bene.
Dwee. Farobi, Fazi.
Ciao. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
So they continue talking, and Cole is basically telling them, I'm into tech. And Rain's like, so what do you do? He said, I'm a tech guru. And she's like, oh, that's actually pretty interesting, And he's like, yeah, I've been there for, a couple of years now, and I like what I do. And so everyone comes over now into the living room. They're all talking. And Cole tries to, he tried a little too much with Rue, and Rue wasn't feeling it. Then Cole decides to give Bob a compliment on his shirt. It's like, you got a nice shirt. And Bob was just like, oh, you know what you just started? And Eliza, of course, got upset because she thinks Cole's trying to come on to Bob. Bob's trying to say, I don't think that he was coming on to me, but, and she's fuming, y'all. She's mad. You see her fist? She's really upset. So Rain's like, y'all, let me tell y'all what happened to me at work. She's trying to cut the tension that's, happened in just that short period of time. So she's telling everybody what happened. Cole apologizes to Bob. He's like, I didn't mean to. And Eliza, she ain't having it. She like, look at them fists, y'all. Look at them fists. She is clenching so doggone hard. She is like a cliffhanger herself. That's how she's ready to punch somebody in the throat. That's how mad this girl is. Bob, like, you cool, I'm cool. Eliza ain't having it. She's like, I don't like that. So Cole, he picks up, that he did something wrong. Rue decides to play music so she can kind of cool her. So Cole apologizes to Eliza. Eliza's like, no, you tried to flirt with my husband, And Bob is like, ugh, he was not trying to flirt with me. He was just complimenting me on my shirt. So then Eliza got upset and she's like fussing and she's like, I'm ready to go, Bob, let's go. And Bob's like, come on, man, it's not time to go. Like, she's like, no, I'm ready to go now. And he was like, oh, good Lord. So he decides to sit down. He said, you gonna wait. He's like, she always complaining, man. She always got something to say. And she's just like, why do you always make me out to be some crazy person? I just want to leave, And Rain's like, you know what? A lot going on. She said, hey, you call me if you need anything. Nice meeting you. And she leaves. And then Rue's like, you know what? I got to go too. A few days has passed and Cole remembered Rain offering help if he needed it. Cole took Rain up on that offer and invited Rain over to talk about Rue. Cole liked Rue, but his approach was all wrong, as his advances were always denied and shut down. He needed help from someone that knew Rue the most, and Rain was happy to help.
Philibok?
Uh-huh.
Ah, Conqueroo.
Before Rain agreed to help Cole, she needed him to tell her why he liked Rue so much in the first place. Cole spoke about Rue in glowing terms, how she played the guitar and how the melody would soothe him. And it was her music that brought him out of his house. Rain was touched by the words that Cole shared with her and decided that she would help him because Cole was the one for Rue. She told him, first of all, he had to stop trying to win her over with compliments. Although they were a nice gesture, telling Rue that her hair is nice and she looks lovely is like telling a pink flower that the flower is pink. If Cole wanted to get to know Rue, he needed to start by asking her questions about her instead of telling her about herself. Cole thought that this was gold mine advice and thanked Rain for sharing the information with him. He wanted to know how could he ask her out on a date or at least get her into a space where he could get to know her. Rain said, I'll be in touch. I'll call you. Just be ready. So a couple of days passed and Cole gets a call from Rain telling him, me and Rue is on the way over. Throw something in the oven. Quick, we're on our way. Cole goes to his refrigerator and he tries to find something. He grabs a couple of ingredients and starts chopping up some things. He don't know what he's doing. Rain comes in the house and Rue is a little hesitant. She's like, why is Rain walking in this man's house like this? And where's everybody else? Because Rain told Rue that Cole was having a neighborhood get together. So she comes inside and she sees him cooking and she's striking up a conversation with him because again, Rue like food. So she's really excited about eating. She gets up and she goes and checks and see what he's doing again. And he's like making a mess because he don't know. He done mix some stuff together. He getting ready to throw it in the oven. And he afraid that it's not going to turn out like he think it's gonna turn out, because he don't know what he just put in that bowl. He just threw some stuff in there. So he's still striking up conversations with Rain and with Rue. And then he was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna make a salad. I think that's probably the best thing to do. So he doesn't even finish cooking the food in the oven. He goes into the refrigerator and he gets the ingredients for a salad. Now Rue gets wind and he in there chopping up some stuff. So she's like, okay, well, let me see what he's doing now. And she's like, ooh, he making a salad. She said, I like salads. She said, what you putting in there? So she like, telling him like stuff that he should add, and ask him if he has some cheese. She's like, yeah, some cheese will go good, and a nice vinaigrette. And he was like, okay, he said, I think I got some cheese. So he started chopping up some tomatoes, and he added like a little bit of splash of vinaigrette on top of the tomatoes, and he puts it all in a bowl. So they still talking, and Rain's telling him, add a little salt and pepper, and he's thinking about, some other stuff that he could put in there. And they're just talking about all other type of stuff. What is he digging in his ear? Ew. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Okay, no one saw that but me. And he gonna serve it. Okay. 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 So they're eating earwax salad, and I can't get past the fact that. Whew, okay, so Rain is telling him like, okay, you need to work on your food because it was a little bitter. Like she didn't realize that she was eating earwax. That was probably what she was tasting. Cole gets up and says, I have some tea that's going to help you guys really feel good. Rain was like, I'm down with that. And sure enough, psychedelic, baby.
Woohoo! Kimba! Woo!
Flows it. Blah, Darzan.
Calm down. They done came down and calmed down. And so they just sitting there talking. Cole, he throwing out jokes and stuff like that. But Rue has kind of warmed up to Cole. She enjoyed herself. And the tea that he gave them wasn't like a long-lasting thing. It was enough for them to kind of relax themselves, loosen up, and just kind of open up a little bit more, if that makes sense. So they just talking and enjoying themselves. And so Rue's asking Cole some questions, and he's kind of like, yeah, yada, yada, yada. And then he's like telling her about his job and something that exciting that happened that day. And of course, Rue's just like, oh, okay. She's, finding the story to be very entertaining. And so she gets up, and because she's in good spirits, and she decides that she getting ready to dance. And so he's like telling her, he's like, Rue, I would actually like to take you out sometime if that's okay. And so Rue kind of looks at Rain, and she's like, She's like, y'all put me up to this, huh? And he was like, I just wanted to get to know you better, but if I could, I would love to take you out sometime. And she's like, okay, that's cool. And so Rain's like, all right, well, we need to get on out of here. And Rue was like, yeah, we need to go. And he was like, okay. He said, well, I really appreciate y'all coming by. I can't wait to have y'all come back over here, and I will keep in touch with you, Rue, and let you know when I want you to come and hang out with me. And she's like, okay, that's cool. So then they all, finish doing what they doing, and then Rue and Rain, they leave for the night. But Cole, he feeling good, y'all. He is feeling good because Rue said yes. Ruth said yes, y'all. Thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button for this episode and for more content like this. And click that notification bell so you'll be notified when a new episode is ready for your enjoyment. Choose love, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Oh, wait a minute. What did he put in that tea?